Tribes of Midgard is an action RPG game that attempts to blend survival, tower defense, and roguelike elements along with a crowd-pleasing Viking theme and aesthetic that ultimately falls well short of expectations due to some poor design choices and execution. Hi, I'm Abbie from HitScan, and welcome to my perception check of Tribes of Midgard. In survival mode at least, the general gameplay cycle is you begin with nothing and you spend your time gathering various materials such as flint and stone. You must upgrade your settlement to be able to build more powerful tools, weaponry, and armor. These are acquired by exploring the map and killing baddies and returning with the loot to your workbench to craft. The sun rapidly sets each day, bringing with it various waves of nasty enemies who aim to destroy Yggdrasil, your world tree in the town centre. If they succeed, game over, man. To make matters worse, there is also a big giant dude that comes to wreak havoc, destroying all your progress you've made. To avoid the classic mid-review turnaround, I'm just going to tell you honestly how I feel about Tribes. It's disappointing. When we first saw it at E3, we all sat back and said, "That looks awesome." It seemed to blend everything we loved about Valheim, ARPGs like Torchlight, and even a little bit of Monster Hunter in there. And it does have those elements there. It is, at its core, an ARPG, and it does have those big boss fights, but none of these choices seem to matter come nighttime, where it's just a frantic fight to survive. And therein lies the biggest issue I felt with the game. The day-night cycles simply aren't long enough. The game offers many things for you to occupy yourself with between adventuring out to gather resources, killing mobs for the unique drops, and leveling up your combat abilities. This is also combined with a quest board and random events that pop up around the map to engage in. All of this takes place in a procedurally generated map with a lot to see. However, the burden of being there to protect your camp at night provides too much stress and makes it so there isn't enough time to explore. While the game does give you a hearthstone of sorts to instantly jump back to your settlement, its cooldown isn't quick enough to get back in time each night. This combined with the giants slowly coming to attack creates too much burden to enjoy the game at a reasonable pace. The game seems like it could benefit from a much longer day-night cycle. Or another option is to forgo the creatures attacking at night and go for a boss type system, where a boss comes every so many days. You could prepare for that by building defensive structures, partaking in quests to have perks against the boss, or just grinding to get the best gear you can by the time they come. I mean, you guys saw my perspective. I was trying to upgrade the one of the NPCs so I could build one of the fucking gates, and I didn't even manage to do that for the big giant hand tame. The first thing you might think when you see this game on video is how Diablo-esque the combat looks. And you'd be mostly right in terms of the overall feel, but it does suffer from a repetitive feel after a very short time. The skills and abilities of your character can feel very, well, boring at times. The skill tree does little to alleviate these issues too, often just giving you flat damage bonus to a certain weapon rather than having new interesting buttons, abilities, or proc to interact with. There's never really a moment where you really feel your class. You just get better stuff and watch the damage numbers go up. And in contrast to fighting a giant near your tree, where it seems to deal massive damage or wipe you out immediately, fighting a giant in the open is incredibly easy. They end up being massive health sponges due to their slow movement and the long pauses between attacks that, whilst they have impressive animations, don't do that much damage. The graphics here are gorgeous. It's a mix of cel shading and low poly assets that make for a really charming and vibrant looking game. Character models look great, especially the giants, and I love that almost hand-drawn look to the ground. There are, however, issues seeing hazards like bombs that enemies can drop, especially when the souls look so similar, or you have a large number of enemies around you and they just happen to block your view of them entirely. At times, this was just adding to my already building frustration with this game. And that's the one salient feeling I took away from this game. Tribes is developed by Norsefell and published by Gearbox. It hit Steam on the 27th of July and is currently available for $14.99 GBP. As it stands right now, I do not recommend this game. Until it has seen some serious work on how the core gameplay loop should work, some skill tree overhauls, and some better boss design, it is not worth your money or time. I've been Abbie from HitScan, thank you for watching. For more from us, check out hitscan.co.uk, and you can always drop us a like if you enjoy this type of content, and make sure to subscribe to see our videos. Bye! The village get attacked every night with bosses spawning every third or fourth night while dealing with the Jotun and trying to find spots for resources and laying down paths and ramps for exploration and quests. Nah, this ain't it.
Yep, exactly.
They said I'd rather fuck a cheese grater.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad, but yeah, it's not great.